The Fudge moment is still very
Yes.
heightened and fun, and you will laugh.
Even I laugh.
Ralphie! Ralphie!
There's a lot more to him than a Red Ryder BB gun.
It is so fun and joyful and delightful to not only get to put on stage a story that I grew up with, because the movie came out in 83, right,
83,
Steve?
yeah.
And so it's something that we grew up with, but also to share it with a younger generation and also get to hang out with these wonderful actors of all ages. So it's just a real treat for me this holiday season to work on this project.
Well, I'd only watched some of the movie maybe once, and I always thought of Ralphie as like kind of a bratty little kid who like wants a gun. Like, no offense, but like in my like day, I don't know, I wouldn't want a gun as a Christmas present. But I guess back then, I think he kind of wanted to like prove himself, But I had really never watched the movie. I thought at the beginning, I was like, wow, there's a lot more to him than a Red Ryder BB gun. He has like a whole other side of like caring. Like, he might not like his brother that much, but like in some situations he still cares for his brother, and he shows a lot of emotion at times. And I think he's also like funny and kind of a cartoony little character too.
It's a joy really to get to bring that kind of broadcasting history into this younger generation for sure. I mean, I grew up listening anytime that he would be on the David Letterman show. It was just great to hear his stories. He was a great raconteur, could just tell a story that would bring you in, and it really is something that I'm trying not to do an impersonation. I try to make it a little bit my own, especially when it comes to being a narrator. So I think Emily's done a great job of kind of injecting me into the story a little bit, so where I'm not necessarily a character, but I do get to interact and spend a lot more stage time. So it's been a joy for sure.
Well, what I can promise everyone is that every good thing from the movie and stories is in this production and in the script. But what the music does is it takes all those most wonderful moments, the silly ones, the heartfelt ones, and allows them to grow even bigger in our hearts and our imaginations. So, all of his dreams and aspirations become these big dream sequence dance and performance in your mind with cowboys and tappers and people dressed like lamps. So it kind of has everything, but then it also has some really honest, lovely, heartfelt moments with some gorgeous music by Pasek and Paul, who did Dear Evan Hansen. So some really wonderful things in the show.
I am a predominant singer, so I love singing. I'm pretty good with dancing. I think that like the musical part, it's just brings it like Emily said, to a whole nother level, and I think it really can show like emotion and like power, and how like in Ralphie's dream sequences, what he thinks and how he like really wants the gun, but also how he wants to prove to his dad that he's not like, him and his dad don't have the best relationship. So he wants to prove to his dad that he can kind of sort of like be a man.
Well, I get to work with, I think, one of Indy's best scenic designers, Ryan Koharchik, and he really, the detail and the ability to interpret something on stage, both to represent what we know, but also to represent what we feel. I just think he does a really great job of that, and we get to see the best part of the house. You'll get to see it spins on and off, and all these other things come on, and Higby's apartment store, and we have a full Oldsmobile car on stage, a 40s Oldsmobile. So it's a big production, and he's done a wonderful job bringing it to life.
It's so cool. I was like, how can they like visualize it? And like sometimes it can like go out or like be fuzzy, and I'm like, how do you understand it? I don't know. It's kind of confusing because like I never grew up with it, so I have like, but being in this show, it's helped me understand like there were no phones, no AirPods, no cell service, no internet, and electricity had it's just, I think it opens your eyes. It shows a cool story, and it just makes you feel good on the inside. And that's one of the reasons I love theater, because when an audience comes to see you, they leave, a past director told me this, you want the audience to come and forget what's going on in their life and just be immersed into the show and forget about all the troubles or hardships and leave with a smile on their face. And that's what I really hope people have.